So I'm going to do a quick recap for those of you that watched my early morning video on stocks to watch. I played most of the stocks, of course, that I had spoken about. Um, I'm just going to take a quick look so you guys can see the P&L. So we had, I think, 7 positions, and then as you can see, I'm green in all of my positions. I did get a little bit more workhorse. I did trade in and out of Palantir. So I did get out of 45 shares at the top at 17. So just look quick at Palantir. It's closed just about at it's really trying to push for a close above 16, and I really think a close above 16 and we'll see the stock trade very much higher. But in terms of the actual stock, I did have like 90 something shares. I did end up getting out of about 40 some odd shares, and then of course during the day I ended up getting back into it. Pre-market I did short Moderna because I didn't have any more day trades. I couldn't get out. I was up. I only took about 25 shares, as you can see right here. I'm short 25 shares. I'm up $62. At one point I was up about $140, but unfortunately because I don't have any more day trades left, I couldn't get out of the trade, so obviously forced to hold it over overnight. It was an obvious short, just kind of very similar to the Pfizer play, which is why I made the mistake of not selling out of my Pfizer and not shorting Pfizer the first time, and I was not going to make the same mistake with Moderna. So as you can see, these are buys. I'm looking for my sell on PLTR. So I did get out of some at I believe I got out pre-market, but maybe it was before the short. Yeah, right there. So as you can see, again, I had, like I said in my previous video, I had 92 shares long, and my new average price is now $15, but I was long average from about 1463 or 1467, and so we got out roughly about half of the stock at 17. I was waiting to see if we were going to break above, and I decided I had 50 shares left, and I was going to let that 50 ride. For the most part, we hovered at about $16, which is what I was hoping for. So hopefully once we close above 16, we're gonna see the stock trade higher. My biggest trade, like I said before, typically during the day I will call stuff out. So early in the day, I called out CBAT. As you can see right here, this is what I basically said a couple hours ago, was watch for a close for stocks like CBAT. If it closed above 10, it was going to rally. It closed well above 10, and then after market it closed, it was up as high as 12, I think 1260. I'm gonna have to take a look at the chart. Slate work was looking for work to close above 26. It did. We could see that trade higher. I did get a little bit of it. Neo, I was actually trying to grab a little bit more, so that's why I say, like, I typically will shout stuff out. So I called it out way back here, right? I was like it was like midday and CBAT was going up, and I'm like, did CBAT cure COVID? And then I called it again here. If anybody else had grabbed the CBAT, under my stocks to watch, I did shout out Neo between 38 and 40. I was hoping that Neo was going to come down. I actually had all of my bids in for Neo starting at 40, like $41, and unfortunately I think the low on Neo was 41 and like change, so I only ended up buying like 2 more shares. I was really hoping it was going to come down to that 40 level. I felt a little bit more comfortable buying it there. Unfortunately, Neo didn't come that low, and as you can see, still up 2 points in my 17 shares. I'm actually up 3 points, just about 3 points. Workhorse, I actually did not buy a little bit more. Workhorse still there, up almost 2 points on Workhorse. I did go short JetBlue in this account, as I do have it in my Robinhood account. I did buy the put options on it. I felt it really wasn't gonna break above 15. It kind of is what it is. But basically, these are the stocks. Of course, I'm going to be watching for the tomorrow. In terms of the gains on the day, as you can see here for today, we were up about $700. So on my 7th, I think I closed, as you can see here, I closed on the 15th at 71.46. And so you can see we made a pretty good amount. Let me just make sure that's up to date. Yeah, 723.70. So that's basically what I made on the day. Tomorrow's going to be a new day. I will say I definitely could have made more, obviously, because I can't day trade in the account. So like, for example, with the Moderna trade, there was plenty of times like where I would have gotten out of the stock. You know, looking back at it on the 5-minute chart, you can see where the stock was really starting to base at about $95. At the very least, I would have pieced out of some of my short. I'm still holding the rest of it. Unfortunately, like I said, I was short starting to short way up here at 104.50s, but my average was a little bit low. I started shorting at 90, 99, I think $99 and then 99.50. I got a little bit more like a 101 and then a little bit more at 104. I think 104.50 was the last 5 shares. I wasn't going to go in all that much, but like I said, at one point up almost 7 points or so on the play. Really wish I would have been able to get out, but it kind of is what it is. You know, when you can't day trade, because you can only do it so many times that I don't have access to any coming day trades yet. Where did my thing just go? My P&L just go? In any event, that's basically going to be it for the day. Up 7 and change, not too bad. Tomorrow I will be looking at the same charts. There was news on stocks like Abivai. I think that in terms of CBAT, we will see perhaps CBAT maybe pre-market tomorrow might push a little higher. Gonna have to wait and see. I really couldn't get out. Again, another stock where I more than likely, because I was waiting for, I knew if it closed above $10 that the stock was gonna gap up pre-market, and that's exactly what it did, as a high of 12.79. So it would have been nice to get out of pre-market, but unfortunately I couldn't get out. I was sitting there, I was like, can I get out of 12.60s? I was like, maybe, because it's aftermarket, that it wouldn't count as a day trade, but it still told me if I sold that that it would mark me as a day trade. I don't have any more day trades, unfortunately, left. It kind of is what it is. All in all, a good day. I can't complain. Tomorrow's a new day. I'll be looking at most of these same stocks, obviously trying to get out of some of my positions, and then of course transferring into other positions. I'll probably do some research tonight, as I'm basically got to get ready to go to work at the hospital tonight. It's almost 5 o'clock, so I'm going to eat real quick and head out, but I'll check you out tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'll check you next time.